Here's my current 2x4 parallel. They get the job done, except for a couple of problems. When I built these, my miter saw was out of adjustment, and that ended up resulting in a very wobbly base. Second, their grip is incredibly uncomfortable. It's alright, but it could be much better. Third and fourth problem is that they're very heavy, a little bit bulky, plus they're a little bit higher than I wanted them to be. And they just don't look so good. I want to make something really nice. This is not nice. It looks kind of like a caveman built this. Usually a quick Google search is all I need for inspiration to make something. But I'm not kidding you, every image I looked at was not much better than my current parallettes, if not worse.
What is that? What the?
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
Aside from the jokes, the only thing I like about these funky builds is that the bar is in one plane with the support. I just love that. Even the professional parallettes from the Herreria website are not in one plane. Is that a big deal? No, only for looks. That's kind of what I'm trying to do anyways, just make something that looks nice. Alright, let's hit the shop and start making this thing. Right here I got maple for the handles, oak for the base, and purple heart for the holding plates. Starting off by removing an eighth off these 16-inch long dowels to ensure I have a factory edge. Four inches off the floor is a good height for parallettes, and that's what I went for. Then I added the 1.5 inch dowel thickness plus another ½ inch, and you'll see why. The extra ½ inch above the hole saw allows the hole saw to cut straight and without blowing out the side. After that, I'm going to use the miter saw to remove the ½ inch. Of course, you're going to need 4 of these. These are going to be the holding plates which clamp down on the wooden dowel to hold it in place. I made them 1.5 inches by 2 inches. So here is the holding plate layout. I made a 5th piece for demonstration purposes. This 5th piece will always be one step ahead of the other pieces. All the wood within this rectangle needs to be completely removed for the holding plate. Before that, I'll get rid of the ½ inch above the hole. Now I'm going to transfer the holding plate layout to each one of these pieces and get to the table saw. Crazy smoke shown here. Looks like I gotta replace the blade. The cut depth of my cable saw and max bolt length will be very important data for me determining how to design these parallettes. After lots of sketching, I drew up a design which was minimalistic and strong at the same time, also taking into consideration the bolt length. Then I copy and pasted the drawing from the table to my workpiece. I have to make 2 angled cuts. The first one falls within my table saw's max cut depth. All I need to do is set the depth and angle. For the angle, I measured and cut out an exact pocket copy of the triangle which makes up the angle, which then I can use to set the angle of the blade. Used the same pocket triangle trick for the angle at the top, which I can still cut with my table saw. Cut on the wrong side of the line. Classic mistake. Fix it now though by cutting out this piece and then making the exact same piece and sliding it forward. And then, gluing it. And then redoing the cut. So I'm going to cut this piece off right here, but then that's going to drop down the thickness of the blade. And it won't be equal up here. So I'm just going to cut this little piece off and then make an exact same piece that's just bigger. And then I'm going to get that piece in there. And that should do the trick. With some wood glue clamped. Alright. So here I got it clamped for both sides. The vise and the C-clamp. And the glue the other side. So yeah. Let that dry and then we're gonna get back to work. Looks pretty good now. Alright, back in business. Too bad this last angle cut was too deep for the table saw, so I had to use the miter saw and cut each line top and bottom, then finish it off with the jigsaw. And after all that cutting, finally I got my first piece cut out. Now I need to remove the material from the dowel where the holding plate will sit. For this I made a simple holding jig which I can run through the table saw. This will ensure safe and precise cutting. And yes, I am doing this 4 times for each dowel. Here I quickly made a decorative shim piece which will match the angle under the parallette. Then I countersunk for the bugle head screw. Now it's time to make the hole for the bolt which runs through the workpiece. This part's pretty self-explanatory. Now to countersink the holding plate for the nut head. Finally, it's time to drill the dowels to accept the bolt and nut. I used 2 different sized drill bits to achieve this. The bigger one for the nut, which went in 1/4 of an inch, and the smaller one for the bolt, which went all the way through. Before the final sanding, I did some last little fit and finish adjustments, like sanding the dowel until it sticks out only 1/64 of an inch so that the holding plate can clamp down on it the perfect amount. Also, I made this thing look 100 times better by chamfering the sharp edges at the top. This tedious process of sanding went on for a while, but ended up looking really good and smoother than a baby's butt. Gonna use my heat gun to blush up that purple heart. Alright, so this is glued, bolted, and about to be painted. So like over here, I made these parallettes, right? And I want to ask you two questions. How much do you think one of these is worth? And would you buy for that money?
One of them?
Yeah. No, both.
Oh, both. I'm guessing maybe around $20, $30.
$20, $30, yeah.
And yes, I would buy them.
Alright. That's good to know.
Yeah.
You wanna know how much these actually cost? The materials just for these. The materials were $75.
$75.
But $35, and I would sell them to you if you were gonna buy them for $35, you know? I met some pretty cool people at the gym today. Then me and my friend went for a swim and a sauna session to wrap up the day. Can't wait to start using these parallettes every day. Thanks for watching.